Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream here on YouTube. My name is Nick Manzione. Thank you for joining me today, folks. Well, folks, instead of doing a actual video on this, I'm just going to do a live stream on the WrestleMania 34 wrap-up. So I want to thank you for joining me. This is the WrestleMania 34 wrap-up show. I want to thank you for joining me. My name is Nick Manzione, and I will take you through um, through all the big time matches, through all the big time moments, through all the big time uh, events. That was WrestleMania 34 last night at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. And again, if you have any comments or questions, leave it in the chat window on the right side. Thank you very much. That'd be much appreciated. And again, if you have any comments or questions, leave it in the chat window on the right side. Thank you very much. That'd be much appreciated. Okay. So we're gonna say this. My overall impression of WrestleMania 34 last night, the show sucked. And people are going to say, well, what are you talking about, Nick? What are you talking about? The show is awesome. They had many curveballs. They had many swerves. No. I thought from beginning to end, from the midway point to the end, from the beginning to the midway point, it was good. It was good. There was nothing wrong with it. The booking seemed very odd, and then it just seemed like a jumble mess. But from the midway point to the end, oh my god, it was just probably one of the worst WrestleManias I could ever remember in my entire life. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been watching wrestling since I was one years old. So that's how long I've been watching wrestling for. Let's get to the I'll review the main card. Let's get to the predictions. First off, the order matches really confused me. And everybody's gonna say it was brilliant booking. Take it what you want. You may call it brilliant booking, but I may say the creative team needs a lot of help. So we're gonna start with the SmackDown Women's title because I thought that was very interesting. Why Asuka lost, but let me just tell you, I think in all sincerity, the right person won, and it was absolutely the right call to have Carlton Flair go over Asuka. And you may ask yourself why. Here's the thing: the crowd turned on Asuka. Well, from my perspective, the crowd turned on Asuka very quickly, and it was very evident that was the case. So why are you going to have Asuka win the title when the crowd is just bored of her and he doesn't have any crowd appeal at all? Why would you have her be champion? Now, I could say the similar thing to Nia Jax, but Nia Jax is a different story. Nia Jax is actually good in the ring. Nia Jax is actually popular, and she has the look. And I'm not saying Asuka doesn't have the look because she's fantastic in the ring. But what I'm saying is now was not the time to have her be champion. With that being said, tonight on Raw, everything could be different. So we don't know yet. We haven't got to Raw yet. We're still about 3 hours away from Raw. But that being said, I thought in the SmackDown area, hey buddy, how are you? In the SmackDown Women's title match, the right person won. Moving on to the SmackDown Tag Team titles, nobody cares. The Boston Brothers won. Yippee, yay. We have a different life in the tag team division, yay. Moving on from there, the Raw Tag Team title, and this I don't know. I don't know how to take this. I don't know to take this as a feel good moment, or I don't know to take this as a moment of stupidity. Here's what I'm going to say about this. I'm pretty good, buddy. I'm pretty good. Here's what I'm going to say about the Raw Tag Team Title match. You essentially buried the careers of Sheamus and Saul by doing said match. And I know it's a feel good moment, and from what I've read today and what I've heard, that the kid was a referee's son in the back. So he was a plant in the crowd, and he was a referee's son in the back. So if that's the case, WWE think they pulled their wool over our eyes again, but I mean, wrestling fans are way too smart and they're way too understanding about how this was going to go over. This is all about Braun Strowman. He's now effectively the first guy to win single-handedly the tag team titles, and essentially you buried Sheamus and Cesaro very hard, and you kind of disrespected them. And where do you go from there? You don't know. So it's kind of it's kind of surprising why they would do this. I don't have any logical reason why they would do this. I'm just thinking that they wanted Braun Strowman to be a champion, and this is the most effective way for him to be champion. And that's all I got to say about that. That has no words. For the WWE Championship, Shinsuke or AJ Styles retained over Shinsuke Nakamura, and absolutely the right man won the match. The right call was made for Shinsuke Nakamura to turn heel after the match. It was set up perfect, and I was saying to myself, absolutely, this is the right way to do it, and now the feud can continue. That makes it 3 out of the 4 past years, which the Royal Rumble winner has not been successful at WrestleMania. And you got to think, what is the value of the Royal Rumble now if the Royal Rumble winner won't win the championship at WrestleMania? That's a question I'm going to print in your head. Moving on. Also, on the WWE Championship note, I thought the match was very, very, very average. That's the only word I can describe it as, average. I thought there was some good work, but I don't think they were given enough time, and it turned out to be an average match. Which Shinsuke and AJ, an average match is better than any Roman Reigns match, but we'll get to Roman Reigns in a bit. Let's move on to we were already covered the 2 women's titles, so that's no that's neither here nor there. Let's move on to John Cena versus The Undertaker. Um, First of all, The Undertaker looked very good. For a 3-minute match, The Undertaker looked very good. And let's be honest, Cena was hammered out of his mind. He was drinking beer all night, so he was drunk. And Undertaker won the right call. Cena goes away for a long time. Cena doesn't come back. I want to have Cena come back until at least Money in the Bank, if not later. So there's that. Good work. Um, it it is what it is. Moving on. Let's go to the Intercontinental Championship because I thought that was one of the matches of the night. Seth Rollins won the IC title in absolutely the right call. The right man won here. It was weird, wasn't it? It was very weird. I thought just the whole card was strange. And you see many different wrestling reporters, Dave Meltzer, Mr. Tito, and others reading it high T to a high T plus. Um, Not here. If I were to give it a rating on my rating scale of food reviews, I would give WrestleMania probably about 3.5 out of 10. I don't think it did it did anyone any favors. Um, I think the two matches in the night were the Intercontinental title match and probably the Ronda Rousey match. But you know, it was a fun match. It wasn't. I don't think it was good for by any stretch of imagination, but it was fun. It was a fun match. It was a good little breakup match. And I think it was a fun match. Ronda Rousey's good. There's no denying that, but I think it was a fun match. I didn't say it was good. Said it was fun. There's a difference. Moving on to the biggest topic I want to talk about: Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And if you can remember, in my prediction video yesterday, I said that I see a scenario where Brock Lesnar retains the title. And in fact, that happened. I was I was not surprised that happened. I'm just actually I wasn't surprised by the whole match at all. I thought the whole match was I thought that was really bad. I thought it was a really bad main event. And um I thought the crowd, I don't know if it was sure boredom or sure just anger or frustration, because who wants to sit for 7.5 hours to watch a full night of wrestling for 7.5 hours? Which, coming off the heels of NXT Takeover, WrestleMania really was outperformed by NXT, but that's here nor there. Let's talk about the main event. Um, I did not like it whatsoever. I thought it was one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history. Here's why. You build up Roman Reigns for a year. Yeah, it was terrible. I 100% agree with you, and I 100% agree with that. Here's why. You build up Roman Reigns for a year. You announced last year that he wants, or Vince wants him to be the golden boy and have his coronation at WrestleMania 34. Now, going back a year, I said in my WrestleMania 33 wrap-up show that the main event of WrestleMania 34 was already set in stone with Brock Lesnar uh, defending against Roman Reigns, whether it be for the Universal Championship or WWE Championship remains to be seen. However, this was for the Universal title, and you run a year and a half program on someone building to WrestleMania, and all for him to lose. Which, again, if you watch my WrestleMania preview show, I said that I have a strange feeling that Brock Lesnar will win. And in fact, he won very handily. He busted Roman Reigns open, and if this is WWE's way of turning Roman Reigns' face because he got busted open, wow, they think the crowd or the fans or the WWE universe is very, very stupid and very, very dumb. Everyone's going to see through that, and everyone saw through Roman Reigns. Everyone saw through Brock Lesnar. They got booed out of the building. No one enjoyed the main event, and I think they were just happy when it was over. I think they cheered when it was happy and it was over. What I will say about Brock Lesnar is he's still a champion, and until he gets beat, he's still a champion. And we don't know if tonight on Raw he's going to drop the title. There are rumors that Bobby Lashley, all great, um, will come back and defeat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And to that I say, well, why have Roman Reigns win the world or be in the main event when some jackass is going to come in, or some part timer is going to come in, steal the title from Brock Lesnar, not to show up on Raw anymore? What's the point? So it's very strange, very, very, very odd. I don't know what the heck's going on with the Universal Championship, but Raw, and you guys see it in the ratings and you guys see it in the viewership, Raw suffers without a title, and hopefully some person whether it be someone in Superstar Shakeup because they will have a draft next week. I don't know if that's confirmed, but they will have a draft sometime in the next couple of weeks. Um, whether it be Kevin Owens coming over from SmackDown, the women's battle royal was pointless, and that's why I'm not talking about it because it was utterly pointless. And when you're fighting for nothing, it shows in your performance. It was just a weird show. It was a bad show, and it did nothing to help nobody. I think it only hurt a lot of people. And you may ask, who is the biggest winner from WrestleMania 34? Uh, okay, I'm gonna say no one. Yeah, yeah, that's the biggest thing. And that card was very, very pointless and very, very strange. It seemed like all a double mess. I thought last year's WrestleMania in Orlando was so much better, but that's just me. And I don't know what's gonna happen on Raw tonight. All this may be for naught. Um, but I thought it was just from top to bottom. It was a terrible show, and there was a lot of social media aspects that I didn't like. Um, that WWE's trying to be like Orlando. Orlando was better. Orlando was 100% better. And I'm not saying the crowd wasn't good because the crowd was hot all night. And New Orleans typically has one of the best wrestling crowds ever. Uh, New York is one, Anaheim's two, Chicago's three, New Orleans four, Orlando was five, I think. Um, but I just think the show suffered a lot from it being 7.5 hours long. The actual WrestleMania was what 5 hours long. It ended at 12:06 this morning, so it was 5.5 hours long, and that's way too long for a pay-per-view. Cool. So yeah, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on WrestleMania? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments to the right side. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. And I mean, there's not much to say about last night. It was weird. It was very weird and strange. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm just saying that because it was true. And I sat through all 7.5 hours of wrestling. And watching it from my laptop, I was exhausted. I was exhausted at the end. And again, um, I'm going to point this out. Uh, kind of a disclaimer. Raw is tonight, and Raw may change everything. So we're gonna wait to see what happens on Raw. But last night was just one of the most bizarre, bad shows I've seen in a long time. And that's not normal for WWE to do. And I thought WWE tried to be like the NFL, and they can't be like the NFL. WWE is their own separate entity, and they need to stop trying to be like the NFL. That's the problem here. Vince can't be his own separate entity. He wants to compete with everyone. Okay, so the whole Carmella thing, I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. I'm very fascinated by the fact that she hasn't touched him yet. Um, yeah, that's all I can say because I'm not sure. Okay. I just took a nap for about an hour or so, and I was going to do a video, but I decided to do a live stream because it's quicker and I get to interact with you guys better if I do a live stream on WrestleMania 34. I don't know. I just think I don't know what to think actually. So I will tell you, going into WrestleMania 34, that uh, yeah, actually, I feel to talk about that. Let's talk about that right now. I don't know what they're doing with Rusev. Um, I'm surprised that he took the loss last night. I'm surprised Randy Orton didn't take the loss. Um, I'm surprised Mahal is U.S. champion, but I believe they're going to attempt to do Mahal as champion when the Greatest Royal Rumble hits in 3 weeks in Saudi Arabia. Makes sense, because you want a powerhouse as champion, even if it's U.S. champion. You want the hometown kid to be champion, even though he's from India. That's close enough. So in effect, the greatest Royal Rumble is a pay per view. It's on the WWE network. It is a pay per view. So all 7 titles will be defended, and maybe that's where Brock Lesnar loses the title. I wouldn't be surprised if they went that direction. That would actually be fantastic because you can in the Saudi Arabia stadium that they're going to hold the greatest Royal Rumble in. I think you can fit 80,000 people, 80,000 strong. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Brock Lesnar loses the title at the Greatest Royal pay per view in a couple weeks, and that's April 28th, only on the WWE Network. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's the case, but we'll see what happens. It was a 3 out of 10. I definitely agree with that. It's like if if I were to compare, it's like getting a Whopper from Burger King. Very disappointing, very underwhelming. Oh, I actually have to go get food. I'm gonna do a special food review tonight, and I can't wait to do it because it's from A&W, and I'm thinking if I go to A&W, I'm thinking either it's gonna be A&W Sundays or I'm gonna release it tomorrow, one of the two. So I have to go do a special food review, but that's here or there. I'm sorry, I'm just reading all the comments. Um, yeah, I don't. It was strange. It was very very strange. And what do you guys think? Do you think New York City will put on a better show than New Orleans did next year? What do you guys think about that? WrestleMania 35. It's WrestleMania 35, and I hope they do numbers next year. Get rid of the WrestleMania crap because it's WrestleMania was meant to be numbered, just like the Super Bowl. So keep it numbered. Don't be like WrestleMania. It's going to be WrestleMania 35, so it's the 35th anniversary of WrestleMania. That means in 5 years, WrestleMania will turn 40 years old. I think at this point everyone does. I think you need a match to build to WrestleMania 35. Now it's the build to SummerSlam because SummerSlam is the biggest show or the second biggest show on the card. So now it's the build to SummerSlam. Yeah, yeah, go me. Woo. Okay, so let's see. I need Google Trend. I'm just doing something. I'm sorry, folks. Let's see. It's not. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, so I was just reading up on something on Lords of Pain, which is the wrestling site I follow, and there is no news for tonight's Raw, so I'm very, very curious to see what happens. And yeah, that would do it for my WrestleMania post rep show. We are at the 30-minute mark right now, so that's a perfect time to end. But I want to thank you for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe to all my videos. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed WrestleMania. I hope you enjoyed all the predictions and all the post game insight, all the insight. And I loved each and every one of your comments. And today, the second half of my year starts. So all leading up to the season finale of next one channel in August. More on that in a future vlog because I have special plans for the season finale of the next vlogging channel. And a keyword that I said season finale, not series finale. So more on that in the future video. But I want to thank you for watching. I have to go do a special food review for you guys right now, so look for that either tomorrow or next day. But thank you for joining me, and until next time, folks. From the Food Lab, this is Nick Miller signing off. I hope you have a good night, and I want you to enjoy Monday Night Raw tonight, 8 o'clock on the USA Network. We'll see what happens. Take care, folks.